Okay, sorry for the delay getting started this morning. Oh god, that looks like OBS is not having a fun morning. Um, I might restart OBS. A little bit of jolt. Just give me a second because that looks like shit. Oh, wait, okay. Whatever. It looks like it's working okay-ish. If not, let me know, and we'll go from there. So we're gonna pick up from where we left off yesterday, which was playing around with Beam's new portability layer on top of Flink. And so we're gonna go. Yeah. Uh, just to remind people, this is the Flink runs portability pipelines. This is a prototype. It's obviously an in-progress Jira. This isn't something that's merged into master. And so there are going to be a lot of rough edges pretty much everywhere. And so I'm going to click in here. Hopefully the chat thing starts working. Looks like my little chat over. Oh, okay, cool. The chat overlay is working too. And so we're going to go ahead and pick up where we left off yesterday, which was with our delightful word count example, which is just all kinds of fun. So let's jump back in here, and we're going to go into Beam. So we can see that there's a... Ooh, actually, wait, sorry, this is still probably in talking mode. I need to go here. Sorry. So I meant to show you, this is the Jira. It's Beam 2889. Flink runs portability pipelines. It's very much in progress. It's not finished. So, the fact that we're going to run into a lot of bugs is not a bad sign at all. That's just completely normal. That's just kind of how stuff works. So that's great. And we're going to go ahead and experience that. So we're going to start with Go today. And this is just because I have some friends who are trying to use Beam with Go. And so I want to make sure their stuff works, even though I mostly normally work on the Python SDK. The other reason why we're going to look at Go today is that the Python SDK is having some interesting challenges on my machine with pickling. And pickling errors are generally really, really painful to debug. So this isn't overly surprising to be happening. And it's not going to be a lot of fun for us to debug. So we're going to focus on the Go SDK. So let's go over in here. We're going to go back into our Go SDK. And then we go into our examples. Build, word count. Oh, yeah. And then bin, Linux, word counts in there. Right. Okay, wordcount.go. No. So before we run it, let's refresh ourselves as to what we are running. So wordcount.go lets us, change the different runners. We can specify different output locations, and we can also specify different input. It has, the pretty much universal counting words function. It operates on Beam key collections. And sort of the root of it is load the data, count the words, format the output, and write the result out somewhere. If things go badly, say that things went badly. And so that's great. And so inside of our actual word count, we have extract it and then count everything for each word that we've extracted. So this is what we'd expect to see in a nicely written word count. And we're going to do, so let's go find word count. Previously, I was actually, we're going to use gsutil copy. gsutil cp, because I do want to, actually no, then I have to make two signed URLs. Okay. So when I was trying to run this yesterday, I guess, the output was not showing up because it was going out inside of the container on the local machine because it was being output to local file. And so we wanted to swap the local file for a GS path. However, we were getting 403 error messages, despite having a correct authentication, right? If I use gsutil on my machine, I can see that that's working there. And it turns out that right now in the current sort of iteration, that's just not supported. We don't have credentials being passed through into our working containers. And so the options are I could build a custom container, so I could take the container that got built, go in, add my credentials inside of that container, go from there. That sounded like a combination of not a lot of fun and yeah, just more, even less fun. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to use gsutil to create a signed URL where, in theory, I'll be able to do a post to. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't, you know, we could always get around this by making it world writable. But given that this is streaming, I mean, there's not a lot of people watching. It's a live coding session. But I would still prefer not to make my buckets world writable. Although, I'm probably going to end up accidentally showing you the signed URL anyways, but at least I can give the signed URL like a really brief period of time. So we're going to go in here. I was looking up the signed URL documentation. Yeah, the signed URL documentation is not a lot of fun. Okay. Do I want the one where it's creating it with a program? Yeah, whatever. It's okay. I'm just gonna go find the blog post where I wrote about having to use them instead, because we also use them for some of the Spark stuff. So let's go in here. gsutil, or was it gsutil is one word? Yeah. Okay. That makes it world readable. That's not fun. Okay. But here we go. So we're going to see what happens if I don't want to overwrite that. That's fine. So we're going to do pretty much the same thing. Oh, actually, I should do it here so that, yeah, okay. So export output URL equals gsutil sign URL -d1-m post. Boo-jars. Oh, actually, gsutil ls gs / boo-examples. Yeah, okay, doesn't like that one. Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully this doesn't reveal any credentials. If it does, we'll deal with it later. Oh, okay. Oh, not post, it's put. It's been far too long. Cut-f for tail-n1. Well, let's find out if this works. So instead of trying to output there. We're going to try and output to the signed URL we just made. I honestly don't know if this is going to work or not, but this would simplify my life a lot if it did. That does not look... Oh. Text.io scheme, HTTPS not registered. So that's a no-go on that front too. So much for that. It could make it world writable. Give me a second. I'm gonna put into the BRB screen because I'm gonna have to go into some cloud thingies that I don't know which version of it is that we have. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna... Live mode. Okay. Uh, there we go. So this is a really bad idea. You should never do it. Please don't. Oh. Do. I'm gonna have to give it a specific path. Okay. GSUtil. GSUtil cp tilde repos spark. Yeah. $GS path. Oh, cool. Do. I'm going to make this world writable. Hopefully no one does anything particularly... Oh, it doesn't like that one either. Oh, that's not going to be happy either. Okay. That's not letting me do what I want it to do either. That's annoying. I mean, this lets me read. But I need a place to put my data. Oops, that got the old version. Oh well. Pardon me. Why isn't it letting me? Things that I should not do. Yeah. ACLCH. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to delete this bucket. Well, I'm gonna have to change the permissions on it shortly. But hopefully, no one does anything terrible in the length of time that I can run this demo. So let's see if we can. Oh, right, doesn't support HTTPS, so we're going to use gs world-boo. Boop. Oh yeah, and Jolt Cola is a product again that you can buy from Amazon. It tastes kind of like I remember from the 90s. Yeah. Was not a very healthy person in the 90s either. Okay. Oh, interesting. Am I actually running the server? That's actually a really good question. I don't actually know. That's confusing. PSAUX, grep Java. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, that's not good. That's unfortunate. Log go run. So that's the thing. We apparently don't error when I can't connect to our endpoint. So that's an opportunity for improvement. Okay, there we go. So the job is actually running now, which is what we would hope. Especially since it's a race against time before people do bad things to the bucket that I made world writable for the purpose of a demo. Okay, so that decided that I wanted to crash again with that. So I'm not having the best of luck with this Go SDK not crashing my laptop, which is not a really great sign for next week's demo adventures. Especially because this time I'm pretty sure it's not my fault that it crashed. but I mean, not my fault that it crashed is sort of flexible. Time will tell. So yeah, let's try that one more time. Actually, first off, let's go and see if gsutil yeah, no, it's not. Okay, so as we can see, that had a lot of fun, and my computer decided that it wanted to crash. And I'm not actually sure if it got back on as originally planned or not. So sorry for that brief interlude of magical computer times. I am going to go ahead and try and fix this. Super happy fun times. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and remove write access. Cool. From that glorious bucket that we just made. And we'll go ahead and make another bucket. And continue our adventures. Oh, maybe it's world-boo. Since I crashed, I don't have the environment variable where I saved it. Yeah. Okay, today's stream is not having what I would call the greatest of successes, but I still want us to succeed really quickly, so I'm gonna go ahead, make another bucket. We'll just keep my big face up while talking while we go ahead and make this bucket, because the console, I think, might have secret bits in it. I don't actually know for sure. So go ahead, load my console. Go ahead and find my bucket. Storage. Cloud storage. Yeah, give me the browser. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Yes. World-boo, multi-region US. Okay. Bucket, delete bucket. I cannot undo this action. That's fine. So I'm just going ahead, I'm gonna do this one, and hopefully we won't see it. We'll probably still end up seeing it in the log, and I'll have to delete it, but that's fine. Cool. Switch back to live mode. So, yay. Okay, cool. And we're going to do word count. No, that's not the word count that we wanted. Okay, so SDKs, go, examples, build. Oh, actually, we need to kick off our job server again because we lost that last time. So we do that in the root of the project, and this just gives a place for our bmap to come and talk to. So let's go ahead and print it off. Java-cp runners, yeah, failing iSearch. Okay, and it looks like because of our fun crash adventures, everything decided to go away. Build libs flink deploy jar. We're not gonna go up to trace level again because and we're gonna run this at niceness level 19 to decrease the chance of everything just going sideways, but that's no real guarantee. Okay. Oh, actually, beam go logs, and then tail dash f. Okay, just so that if things go sideways, I have the logs hopefully for next time. And so there we go. Examples: bin build bin Linux. Yay, word count. Okay. I don't remember what the... Okay. So we're going to go ahead and open Emacs because I don't remember what the parameters are for the word count program, which is not a phrase I was expecting to say this morning. Wordcount.go. Yay! Okay. Okay. Word count -- output gs:// bucket output.txt. Job name Boo likes jolts, and our endpoint, our job host, sorry, is going to be, or is it endpoint or is it job host? Yeah, I think it's just endpoint, localhost, port 3000, worker binary. Cool. Let's see if this thing works. Oh, did I put, damn it. Okay. So I put the environment variable in this one, and then I started a new shell, so that obviously couldn't see the environment variable, which I naturally forgot because I'm holding. And it looks like it ended up saying where it wrote to anyways, so putting that in the environment variable was somewhat mute. But we can see if the output happened. Oh. That does not look like it did. gsutil ls gs. Error in undefined file name ut. Oh, god damn it. Okay, cool. So that looks good. I just cat output.txt. Yay! Output. It exists. We counted our words. Oh man, that's a really low bar for success. Okay. So clearly that's way too much work to run a word count example. and having to make our buckets world writable to be usable is that's a terrible idea. So yeah, we're gonna go in and we're gonna not make them world writable. So let's go ahead and do gs util aclch. We're gonna swap this with a -d. Cool. Updated the ACL is no longer world writable. Hopefully no one did anything particularly bad in the intervening 3 minutes. I don't really think so. We could try the Python example. It's probably going to fail. Actually, let's go ahead, stop this one, because we do have, sort of the logs of a six. Oh, it didn't actually write. Okay, it looks like we only really bother logging at the trace level. That's kind of a bad choice, but whatever. That's fine. Java dash, yeah. So Python logs 3, and we will go ahead and actually put this up to trace level logging. So -d org.sl4j .simple logger simple logger is camel case. Default log level equals trace. Okay. The -d has to go back at the start. Okay, we can see that the logs are clearly happening. We're going to use tail. And this is just because we're logging at the trace log level message. There's going to be so much information. It's going to go by, and there's a good chance that I'm going to need to go back in and search for it. There's a Flink example. We don't set any parameters on this because everything's hard-coded. We can look at that code, flink-example.py. So we can see, the runner is hard-coded to localhost 3000. The input is hard-coded. All of these things are hard-coded. We run it. Yeah, and we can see that here we're getting exceptions from the SDK harness, which is the polite way, which is the way of saying it's the innermost container where the work is trying to run. And we can see the error message that we're getting is invalid load key. And so that's not surprising. That's what happened yesterday. So, although we are getting a different, yeah. So this is interesting. Mostly, it's, essentially there's a pickling mismatch. And so it's difficult to say what exactly it is that's failed. We can go search on the internet. Most likely, though, we just have different versions. Let me rephrase this. In Spark, when this happens, it normally means there's different versions of Python involved when there shouldn't be, or other things like that. But this is, it's the Python 2.7 SDK worker, so that looks like it's the right one. And yeah. So, debugging this is going to take a while. and probably a few different people. Oof. I'm actually curious. Runners. Yeah. That's the direct runner. So I'm not super sure, even though I work on the Python stuff, it's been on sort of the old Python SDK. Maybe container, Docker file. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So, my guess is that we have a different version of something important here, which is why we're getting this failure. What version of dill do we have? 0.26. So let's go ahead and run a pip freeze. 0.271. So this is my guess. And the reason I'm doing this in the system one rather than a virtual env is I was thinking that it was possible. That's weird. This is saying that we already have till 0.26, but it's also saying that, okay, pip freeze. Pip uninstall? Where is dill 0.27 coming from? Yeah, anyways, my theory was that we were getting different versions. It was that the Docker file was packaging some stuff from my system Python, and the differences there were what was causing it to go sideways, which is clearly not the case. Or more like, since I tried it and it didn't solve the problem, that's probably not the case. Okay, this is dill 0.26 here. So that's more like what I would expect. What happens if we run the... Oh, crap. Yeah, it's more just because I already had the logs from the previous one going there. I want them going to a separate file so I can see what's different. I don't think we're going to finish debugging this today, but we can at least get down the starter path of figuring out what's going on. Typing this 661, 6. I mean, okay, yeah. Failed, that's what I would expect, but let's see why it failed this time, or if it gives us any more information. Unpickling error, invalid load key. That's no more information than we had before, except we now know that even when the dill version matches, so we have version 0.26 here, and when we do a pip freeze here, 0.26, it matches. So that's clearly not the case, or that's clearly not the problem. Yeah. I'm curious, what happens if I run this? Yeah. I mean, one option is, and I'm kind of lazy, I can just go ahead and try and run all of these pip installs and see what happens. Echo, hi! Okay, grpcio had a different version. httplib was satisfied. Protobuf had a different version. That could have been it, maybe? I don't know. So this should make our virtual env. So this, fuck. That's not good. Okay. Ooh, snappy. Aptitude search snappy. Aptitude install libsnappy dev. That could be it, maybe. I mean, I believe the expression is grasping at straws. But yeah, Python guppy installing a specific version snappy, NumPy we maybe had a different version of. That could have been it. Let's hope this wraps up really soon. Oh, because I gotta go. It'd be really nice if this worked. Let's go ahead and restart the job server so we can get a new set of logs. Okay. Number 5, and then we can do tail-f. Number 5, we're going to pipe it to less, just because I'm lazy. Oh, actually, let's not do that. Tail-f pipe to less normally doesn't bring the greatest of happiness. Installing NumPy. It shouldn't have made a pickling difference, but I found that when I say those words, the chances that it actually did is higher than one would think. Magic Computer is having a lot of fun. I don't know, what else can I show you while we're waiting? There's a portrait of the Queen behind me. Queen of Canada. I don't know. It's a portrait. I don't know if I actually tilted the camera in the right direction. I can drink some more Jolt Cola while we install NumPy. Who knows? Maybe it'll help. Probably not. I can check and see if there's any questions, given how often the stream crashed today, though I'm guessing everyone left. Looks like no questions there either, so that's good. That's good too, I guess. I don't know. Oof. Installing NumPy takes a while. I'm really hoping it was snappy, and this will work really shortly, but it might not be snappy. Ooh, why did computer make beeping sounds? Okay. Coda. Yay! NumPy, pandas. Okay. Oh. TensorFlow 1.4 should definitely not have made a difference. Once again, all of these things where I'm like, that could definitely not be the problem. Is, at least a... Oh, Proto G5. Okay. Let's try running it once more before I give up. So we're going to run our Flink example, and that's a different error message than last time. Module object has no attribute client called details. If installing a different version of gRPC, the version that we're installing inside of the worker is what broke this, I'm going to be mildly annoyed. gRPC IO is 130. I'm going to look at which version I most likely had installed. I keep track of my dot files, beamrec. Oh, let's do this. That's cool. Probably. Oh yeah. Okay. Pip. Yeah. Yeah. This version of gRPC-IO is one of the things which could have actually broken it, so that's cool. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna wrap up. Debugging the Python code is gonna be a rabbit hole that probably consumes the rest of my day. But we got our word count working in Go, and it's most likely just a matter of some annoying library issues or Python version issues in between the Docker container and my host environment. So I'll pick that up another day. Okay, well, it did run, so let's run this example once more, see if it works, and fuck no. Okay, that's really not good, but that's cool, and, yeah, we'll figure out what's going on with that later on. Cool. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for all of the issues today. This Friday at 11 a.m. I'll do my regular code reviews on Apache Spark and maybe look at some Apache Beam stuff as well. Have a good one, and I'll see you all around.